Welcome to my first vegetable garden. Today I'm going to show you how to use peat pellets to start your seeds indoors. I'm going to show you how to actually grow 4 kinds of basil. Just keep in mind, when you start seeds, you can grow a lot of things you can't find as transplants. Not only will it save you money starting your own seeds, but you can get standard sweet basil, red Reuben basil, basil lime, and this is a lemon basil. So when you start your seeds indoors, there's a whole lot of varieties of different plants available to you through seed catalogs, even in those stores that you can't buy when you pay $2, $3 for a transplant. To start your peat pellets, you just add water to them. And the reason that you might do this, I've showed you a lot of videos on how to make your own seed starting mix. You don't have to do that. If you don't have the time or you don't have the money or you don't want to do that kind of stuff, you can just go ahead and use these peat pellets. They have a netting on them, so when you put water into there, they're going to stay contained in like a little tiny barrel. But all you do, warm water. It says add 3 cups to start, but just soak them so that they're slightly covered. Let them float a little bit and let these expand. I'm going to expand these and then I'll come back and show you the rest of the video. But put in some water, just cover them up. Once that water is absorbed, add some more water and then just slowly add it in there until you see the pellet expands to about this high. Alright, the peat pellets have absorbed the water and they look like tiny barrels. There's netting around here that keeps the peat together. If some of your pellets flipped over, there's not going to be a hole in the bottom. So you want to make sure there's a hole in top, and you can see down the line all these have holes. That's where your seeds are going to go. Now I talked before about starting your seeds in seed cells with your own potting mix or seed starting mix. You can make it even if you want to. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You can use these peat pellets. This whole setup will cost you $4 to $6 depending on when you buy it. Now basil, today's January 11th. You don't typically start basil here in Maryland Zone 7 now. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. Basil likes warm weather, it likes moisture. So you could put these into your garden directly into the ground when the ground warms up, and that's usually probably May, middle of May around here. The reason you would start them indoors is because you're going to have to put these into the ground, say May 15th, then you got to wait till they mature and they're ready to use. If you do your own seed starts, you're going to have plants 4 to 6 weeks early and you'll be able to use the herbs in your garden. Now what I'm going to do is put 3 seeds in each of those. I'm going to use a popsicle stick to help me mix the seeds, and I do recommend if you go to a craft store or something like that, get a box of these popsicle sticks. And I'm also going to label them. So sweet basil, it's going to be the first 6 plants, and I won't go down all of these because you'll get the idea just from one. A lot of times I overseed my cells when I use these seed cells here because there's a lot more room and I can do more with them. With these peat pellets, I'm going to take a clump of 3 seeds and drop them into each hole. You're not going to divide these. It's fine if all 3 plants come up. Basil loves the warm weather, loves the water. If there's 3 plants in one space and you're taking care of it, all of them are going to grow. And then once you put the seeds right into the cut hole, you're going to have to mix them in a little bit. It's a little bit challenging, but just mix them around. You're also putting in 3 seeds. For some reason, if one falls out or only one gets buried, you still get a plant in here. And you're mixing 1/4 of an inch, but I'm really just kind of scooping it and hoping to press the seeds in. And then with your thumb, press it down, press them in. And that's how I would use the peat pellets. There's a little bit of water left, that's fine. You don't want excess water in here. So whenever these start looking like they're drying out and they will turn light brown on top, add some water, let them absorb the water. Whatever's left after 20 minutes, go ahead and drain it out. They also come with a dome, and the idea with the dome is originally just to keep the moisture in. But I found over the years that when you put a dome on top of something, you create a great environment for fungus to grow. And I just recommend don't use the dome. In fact, I use the domes as another planting area for, like, here's some seed cells. I would just drop them in there, fill this with water, and now I have another tray to start seeds in. I'll do other videos that show you the growth of these, how to transplant them, how to take care of them, but this is how you seed start them. And again, remember, you can buy lots of different kinds of seeds at the stores or in seed catalogs, but when you go to a store to buy a transplant, you're already paying $2 or $3 a plant for a transplant. You're not going to find the variety that you have in seeds, either at the store or in seed catalogs. And there's 24 pellets here. You know, altogether I think this was $5. Looks like these cost me $1.50 each. So what is that? 3, 6. For $11, I get all of this. I'll be able to reuse the trays. I will have to buy new peat pellets, but it's only about, you know, 12 bucks. And if I were to buy the transplants in the stores, 24 times $2 or $3, you're already at 48, you know, $72. So you can save a lot of money doing this. I hope you give it a try. Please check out my blog at www.therustedgarden.blogspot.com and also check out my other YouTube videos. Thanks.